So what we are doing here at the company Mars is actually building up a security shield above and below the waterline around an asset that could be, as here for example, a yacht. What do we do there? We actually protect the vessel against air targets, which could be drones. On the surface, that could be piracy detection, speedboats or anything else on the surface, as well as underwater, protecting here with the security shield underwater against divers and mini submarine attacks. What we are doing, we are building up a digital barrier around the vessel. Really your fence around the villa, around the yacht, several kilometers out. And that is actually the overall concept of our security system, NIDA as we call it. What we see here is actually the security system NIDA. We have a live system in the port of Monaco protecting here the yachts in the port, as I mentioned before, against air, surface and underwater threats. And what you see here is actually a touchscreen in front of me, which I can control the actual system. As a backdrop, a map. That could be here a normal chart, but could be as well, I can show you that here, Google Earth as a backdrop, and I just slide that in and I have Google Earth as a backdrop. That's really more for the user, whatever they want to have as a backdrop, and that's of course a worldwide chart, and that works here in the port of Monaco when your yacht is anchored just outside of the port or anywhere in the world. Zooming back into the port of Monaco, what do we see here? Actually, we have here in the port a live system running to build up the air shield, actually radar, the surface shield as well with radar and infrared cameras to protect the assets here around, and underwater. In the port we have as well installed sonar to detect actually as well threats which are coming underwater. Now I can quickly show you how manually to control it. Very straightforward. I want to know what's going on in the port. I click on any of the targets. Here for example, I hear right away the camera moves over there, tells me right away this boat is called Areti. Not only that, I can increase here the video and get the detailed information of it. This is, it tells me here it's an 85-meter yacht, flagged in Cayman Island, etc., etc. And it tells me as well what is the security threat of any of these objects. Manually I can control the camera, of course, here as I want to. I can actually manually as well switch here, that's an infrared camera, as well to IR, and see actually everything. Infrared, an infrared camera is actually a heat camera, so everything what is out there hot is actually shown as white, what is cold is black. That's of importance when you are actually controlling a system at night. It sees as well at night as it's day. Now, going back to actually the security system as such, that's manually how to control it, and I can actually check out any of the boats out here. Just click on it and the camera is moving over there, as for example over here. So very straightforward how we can control any of this. At the entrance of the port, as soon as a target moves into
surface contact at 100 degrees. Surface contact at 100 degrees.
What you hear here is actually an alarm of a boat moving into the port. Surface target here at bearing 200 degrees or 120 degrees, and it tells you actually the same. If an air target, a drone gets closer to you, you get the alarm, and then immediately the operator gets a live video feed of the actually threat coming in, and the operator makes the final decision. So you've heard an alarm, what's happening next? So you heard an alarm, you're looking at the video of the target which moves in, as for example this one. Is that really a threat? Is it not a threat? We don't know this target. That's potentially a threat. Okay, what we do is I need to communicate with this incoming target, which is at a few hundred meters away. Warn them you're coming into a restricted area. Respect our privacy. So that's in the end what we actually do, how we do our security shield NIDA as it works.